Welcome to the Tuesday edition of Take 5 for Torah. Today is August 12th, the 18th of Av, and if it's Tuesday, that means we are discussing Shmuel Aleph. We are really moving right along. Today is chapter 15, a long chapter where God bids Shaul, the newly crowned king, to perform what the Gemara in Sanhedrin says, the second of three mitzvahs that we are to perform that are interconnected. The three are to appoint a king, to eradicate Amalek, and then to build a Beis HaMikdash. You can't have a Beis HaMikdash with Amalek lurking around, and you won't be able to destroy Amalek without a king. In fact, we had been in Israel for many years, and there have been many shoftim, but it's only after we appointed a king that we were told that it's time to eradicate Amalek. Now, Amalek, the Rambam Paskins in Hilchos Malachim, are allowed to convert to become Jewish. They are not locked into the destiny that is written in the Torah, Timche et Zecher Amalek mitachas hashamayim, to wipe out their progeny under the heavens. In fact, if an Amaleki wants to convert, they are to be embraced fully as our brothers and sisters. If they want to keep 7 mitzvahs b'nei Noach, and they want to change their idolatrous or very sinful ways, then they are to be allowed to remain. In fact, the Rambam says this, and Chazal tell us that b'nei Bonav shel Haman limdu Torah b'bnei Brak. Haman's descendants, while 10 of his sons hanged on the tree with him because they wanted to kill the Jews just like he did, but he had some sons who turned things around. The Gemara refers to a whole host of bad people in Tanakh whose descendants ended converting to Judaism. So and this is born out of the story itself, because Shmuel tells Shaul, I want you to wipe out et ha'amalekim hachatoim. Take a look at the text. When he rebukes him for not fulfilling the word, he said, the amalekim hachatoim, the sinful amalekim. There's even an Amaleki convert in the beginning of Shmuel Bet. So this means is that Amalek is their wickedness is so profound. They so care about causing us damage and are so interested in inflicting pain and death upon us that they will do so even though it harms them to a greater extent. You really have to look far and deep in history. Most of our enemies just hated us because they were jealous of us. Or they feared that because we're so successful in not worshiping their God, that'll make many of the people want to join our religion. But the Germans, especially when they badly needed rail cars to deliver supplies for their soldiers at the front, instead they used them to take so many hundreds of thousands of Hungarian Jews to Auschwitz. I think we can say the same about Hamas today. Hamas is really Amalek. They know how much damage they're doing to themselves, and they're happy to do so, as long as it pits Israel in a bad light. This is why Amalek is treated the way they are, and Shaul was bidden to destroy them and wipe them out. According to Chazal, he was asking questions, morality questions here, and he ended up failing in this story. He failed because, it says that V'yachmol Shaul v'ha'am, Shaul and the people took some of the spoils of Amalek. Right? The Torah never says anything about wiping out the spoils of Amalek. It's just that the Drash understands Timche et Zecher Amalek, that possibly not just the remembrance of Amalek, Timche et Zecher Amalek, which is why we read both versions. Timche et Zecher Amalek means you shouldn't even have a reminder of Amalek. Don't have anything that they once owned. So it all has to be wiped out. So when Shaul keeps some of the sheep and he's confronted with it and he blames it on the people, that's enough of a reason for him to lose his kingdom. Right? And he kept the king alive. For what reason? For a king's ransom? For what reason? For sadistically making him watch what you're doing to his people? Maybe he did so for personal gain. This mitzvah of wiping out Amalek should be for no personal gain. In fact, according to, I remember an article written by Rav Aaron Lichtenstein, he said that the reason why Shaul was punished was because he killed everyone else for the reason of personal gain. He could have just told God, listen, God, I'm not the man for this. Maybe my son will be able to do this. So by doing it and by failing so miserably, it was a reason for him to lose his kingdom. But let's also remember the message of what Amalek means, and that Amalek does have the opportunity to turn from it. Like the founder of Hamas, his son is the son of Hamas, a good man. He speaks in favor of Israel. It's possible. Let's hope.